Hey everybody, how's it going? So this past week, or whenever you're watching this, it was around October 9 of 2025. There was a report saying that there was a canceled Assassin's Creed game that was going to take place in the Civil War. And the controversy came out because a person revealed that the reason for the cancellation was because of the problems that Ubisoft had with Yasuke and Assassin's Creed Shadows. And Twitter was full of this on that day. And yeah, I follow a lot of Assassin's Creed accounts that cover Assassin's Creed because I am a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I've played every single Assassin's Creed there is, even Shadows. Although Shadows is the first Assassin's Creed that I didn't buy. I just subscribed to Ubisoft Plus and played it for like 20 hours and couldn't stand it anymore because it was so boring. According to the report, is by Steven Totello, is on Game Files, but I'm reading from an Insider Gaming article. Shout out to Sepris for sharing this with me. Fantastic account on X. If you want to hear about news about Assassin's Creed, I recommend you follow him. It says that the game was going to be developed in Ubisoft Quebec. And this is why, thank God, that this game got cancelled. Because Ubisoft Quebec, they are a good developer, but they're awful at writing. They're the worst writers in the whole Assassin's Creed franchise. They did Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. They also did Assassin's Creed Shadows, which, look, lately, do you see any excitement for the new DLC that came out? If you search online, probably you won't find any. What you would find is that everybody's excited about the DLC that's coming in November for Assassin's Creed Mirage, which is an Assassin's Creed game that came before Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is very interesting. This is the first time that this has happened with an Assassin's Creed game. A DLC is coming out for a previous Assassin's Creed, which I understand it has to do with some investment from Saudi Arabia, which is fine. But again, the weird part is that people are more excited for an Assassin's Creed Mirage DLC that will be coming in than for a DLC for the current Assassin's Creed, which is Assassin's Creed Shadows, that is already out. This blows my mind. This just tells you how this game was received by the community. And I know there are some people that like Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's fine, you do you. I personally couldn't say it was too boring. That game was too boring. It was too far away from what an Assassin's Creed is. The deal with the Templars was like an afterthought. There was little to nothing about the Isu. So the only thing Assassin's Creed about this game was pretty much that Naue could do the leap of faith and she had a hidden blade. That was it. Otherwise, she was just a regular shinobi. I'm sorry, back to the current controversy. I apologize for the tangent. That Assassin's Creed game that got cancelled was supposed to be set in the post-Civil War era of the United States, and it was supposed to be like in the South, a black assassin confronting the Ku Klux Klan. And apparently what they're arguing is the cancellation was because of all the drama behind Yasuke, which to me is very ridiculous and is just corporate speak for we didn't have any other excuse to tell you why this game was canceled. And here is why. We already had a DLC for a game that was fantastically received, which is Freedom Cry for Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And I remember Freedom Cry was okay. It wasn't the best Assassin's Creed ever, but there was zero backlash. As far as I can remember, there was zero backlash against that character. There's also the Assassin's Creed Origin, which features Bayek, another black assassin. There wasn't any backlash that I can remember for that. There was a little backlash, but it didn't have anything with the character, mostly because that was the time where they switched from the mainline Assassin's Creed to the current RPG-ish / Dark Souls style of gameplay. That was most of the backlash that I saw back then with that game, but I really don't remember any backlash that had to do with Bayek. Actually, Bayek right now from the RPG Assassin's Creed games, he is one of the most beloved characters of the franchise. And to me, it's one of the better portrayals, and of course, it's portrayed by a main actor, Abubakar Salim, which, in my opinion, is a fantastic actor. I love him from Raised by Wolves. I think he was fantastic there. He was fantastic as Bayek. Everybody loves that character. And then we get into Yasuke or Yasuke, however you want to call it. He's by all means, I'm sorry, but he's by all means a token character. See, I wasn't part of that whole discussion that happened when that was announced, that he was going to be one of the main characters. As soon as I played the game, it dawned on me that he was just a token character. He isn't an assassin. The historical bit, like, I don't know, and honestly, I don't care if he's historical or not, to be honest. What I do care is that he doesn't fit the game. Like, he is this superhuman guy. Like, look, I understand that he is taller among the Japanese, but he, like, whenever you strike rocks, he breaks them. And there's not even like in-game lore about why he does that, why he is so strong. Like, if you tell me he is somehow related to the Isu or is an Isu hybrid or something like that, I could understand it, but not even that, because they didn't include anything about the Isu lore in this game. So his implementation was ridiculous. He's not an assassin. In fact, if you try to do parkour with him, it's just a joke, like a literal joke. He even makes jokes when you try to do the quote-unquote leap of faith. To me, he was there to check a box. Because even if you see the whole story, this is Naoe's story. Everything is dedicated to her, and Yasuke just happened to be there, and you sometimes have to play him. But for the most part, you can just finish the whole game with Naoe. And even the new DLC is just dedicated to Naoe looking for her mother. So I think this was her story, and somehow they decided, like, well, we need to check that box. Like, hey, there is this character that we can put in there, and we don't even have to put him in an Assassin's Kit. Because if at least they took the time to make him learn, like, I don't know, make it part of the frigging main quest, that he learns how to become an assassin, how to do the leap of faith, how to do parkour, and make him another playable assassin, I think that would have been great. But he isn't. He is just a tank character. If you like play RPGs and all that, he's just a tanky character that is clumsy, and that is the I win button, because he wrecks. Like, there's like, even on the hardest difficulty, I tried on the hardest difficulty with him, and he kills everybody so easy. It really, I don't understand why he was in this game. Now, why am I telling you all this? Because they are saying that they couldn't make an Assassin's Creed featuring another black character after what happened to Yasuke. If you made an Assassin's Creed that was based on the Civil War, which the Civil War, as I'm not American, but I had to study American history for my citizenship test. And after the Civil War, there were some, well, not some, a lot of issues. And you got the Klan. And I think this was the time where they could have used a black assassin that fit the narrative. There was zero reason why to include a black character other than we need a token character in Japan. So yeah, this would have been a great game, but here's what I think. Whenever something like this comes out, it just means that the game was not doing well in development. The pitch was not great. They couldn't monetize it the way they wanted. They blame it on the current political climate in the US, which I don't know what that has to do with anything. It's just a video game. So to me, this is just a corporate excuse of why they cancel. Okay, this came out just as I was finishing recording the video by the person who made the article about the cancellation, Steven Totillo. He says, one person involved in the game said it was meant to show how racial tensions can be manipulated as means to control society, a valuable subject to explore. The concept, they believe, came to the view of management and it was too politically sensitive. And I said they were worried we would have seen what the World Economic Forum is actually doing. And if you know anything about the WEF, this is probably something that they don't want to show, how in the background they've been like trying to play place races against each other, and maybe this game was going to explore that, and that wasn't good. And that is why the CEO said, oops, maybe let's not do this, because the people that are doing this are people that lend us money. Anyways, something that I just saw that it was really funny. And that is why the gameplay that you're seeing is from Assassin's Creed Unity. This is arguably the best, the peak of Assassin's Creed before it was dragged through the mud and just made another open world game with busy work to do, with nothing to make it different than all the other open world action games out there. This game, Assassin's Creed Unity, not only has one of the best visuals of the series. You can argue Assassin's Creed Shadows has great visuals, and it does. The cloth movement, the seasons, everything, yes. The Anvil, new updates to the Anvil engines are fantastic. Everything that you see in Assassin's Creed Unity, the crowd of the city, like what the city represents, how the city moves, how the city reacts to you, the activities that you can do. So what are your thoughts on this article, on this controversy? Is it a controversy at all for you? Do you even play Assassin's Creed? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment sections down below. Thank you so much for listening to me all the way to this point. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.